the COP space has been a place of like, these big decisions are being made by world leaders who have no relationship or connection to what is really being felt and held by frontline communities, indigenous communities, Black communities, people who are dealing with the climate crisis and have been dealing with the climate crisis for decades, right? We've been calling for a climate emergency. That emergency needed to be declared long ago, 30 years ago even, because some of these communities have been dealing with the harms of sea level rise, of violent storms, of wildfires, of disease to foods and plants. And those are all effects of the climate, the shifts in the climate right now. And just a small little story, you know, some of the things that people don't even think about. If there's a shift in the way that the seasons happen, it affects so many things. It affects the plants, the food. People can't even access some of the medicines, the traditional medicines that they've used for ceremonies, which means it has an effect on the culture and people's spirituality and faith, right? So this is the reality of like frontline communities, and then thinking, those folks are making the decisions up there, these world leaders who have no relationship to what that means. They have no relationship to, this is what people are feeling with. This is the hardships that people are feeling now and have been feeling for a long time and have needed a climate emergency declared long ago. And instead, they're making policy decisions, world policy decisions based on economic measures, right? Is the economy going to succeed? Are we going to be able to like have an economy that will like sustain people, right? All of that, that's how they're planning. They're not planning on, are we saving lives? They're not planning on, are we protecting the earth and the land and making sure that the land can do what it needs to do to sustain us. They're making decisions of whether or not corporations can still make the monies and make their profits. They're still making decisions on whether or not their world governments can access all the resources they want. That's how they're dealing with the climate crisis, right? And so they're moving at the pace of the market. We need them to move at the pace of reducing harm to our communities.